Hello, everyone. My name is Emily Golia. I'm an actor, singer, and creator here in Los Angeles, and I am so excited to introduce you to singer-songwriter Craig Greenberg. How's it going, Craig?
It's going pretty good. How are you doing?
Awesome. I'm so glad that you're here with me. Before we get started, I'm going to show everyone a music video.
Oh, Caroline, step to the light, 'cause you've been waiting now so long I can't believe it's your moment now, it's your time. Lost on your way, held down for days. Now the crooked lines have been forming long.
Awesome. So that was Oh Caroline. Can you tell me a little about that song, how it came to be, and about the video?
Yeah, well, it's from my last full-length album, which came out the end of 2020. And the song was actually written about somebody, someone I had worked with, actually co-written with, a singer, amazing singer. She just had kind of like lost, you know, kind of had stopped putting herself out there and like pushing and, in this crazy industry that we both inhabit. And it was just kind of made me sad at the time. And the song kind of came out of that.
Oh,
But I think it kind of, as I write, a lot of times it's kind of like the nugget of an experience that I kind of then extrapolate on. So I think I think it can be interpreted a little bit, more broadly for just for someone that's kind of like, been falling off their path a little bit, and trying to get back out there. And I've also had like women friends tell me it's like a woman empowerment kind of song.
awesome.
So
Great.
yeah. And the video was shot during the heart of the pandemic. Actually the director had the idea to go on the streets of the city, but with these two different dancers. And it kind of was kind of reflecting that moment, which was very stark, like when nobody was really out. And so we just shot around the streets of the city, and then asked me to record myself singing along, and came together pretty quickly. And he did a great job. And yeah.
Awesome. So where are you from? Where'd you grow up?
I was born actually in Queens, New York, but I grew up on Long Island.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, I've come full circle. But I've lived in a few different places. But I'm back in Queens for right now. But yeah, I lived in the South. I lived out of the country for a few years. I actually got my start as a working musician, living down in South America.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Was there a moment where you obviously, I'm assuming that music was always part of your life, but was there a moment where you were like, okay, this is my life path. Like, this is how I'm.
Yeah, actually, a very defining moment. So when I went to, I was in Chile actually, and I was teaching English. But I was in New York prior, and I just finished my first few demos, and like was just kind of tentatively, like playing them for people. And I knew that I needed to leave New York to kind of really, I guess, growing up here and knowing what the level is, and I was kind of intimidated to start here, and I just felt like I needed to break. And I went there to have a different experience. I mean, I had a bit of a sabbatical, and I did a bunch of writing down there. But what happened was, before that point, I thought I was just going to be just a songwriter, not just, but solely a songwriter. And then, long story short, I got my first gig down there, like playing and singing in bars, playing covers. And So, but I remember like I got hired by this one place basically to play like 3 nights a week, you know, and at the time when I started, I had maybe 9 or 10 cover songs, but I went and auditioned and they hired me, you know, this crazy gringo in this town in Chile. And I just remember after playing, it was like, yeah, like Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. And I woke up on that Sunday and something had just like fundamentally like clicked on because when I, you know, just singing and, you know, for the first time really in front of people. And it just, there was a very like palpable moment there. And that kind of shifted my whole trajectory. You know, I knew like I needed to keep doing that. So yeah, so that was a big defining moment for sure.
Yeah. And you said you did a lot during the pandemic. I mean, obviously you wrote an album that came out at the end of 2020, right? And you did
Yeah.
the music video, and you have something more coming up. You have more like
Yeah. So I'm actually finishing up recordings now for a new EP that's going to be out.
You've got so much happening. It's amazing.
Well, you know, keep them busy. But I mean, I mean, it's been a very productive time writing wise, the pandemic for sure, obviously not gigging as much, but,
Yeah.
You know, as singer-songwriters, you know, it's like, I always have liked the dynamic between like, you know, we're performers, we're in front of people, we're social, but we're kind of solitary in the songwriting thing. And so obviously there's been more of that solitary time. So that's why it's been productive in that sense. I had a bunch of material and I decided that between my prior 2 releases, it was like a long time. And I'm like, I don't want to ever wait that long again to put out new stuff. So yeah, excited to have this EP coming out in a few months.
That's awesome. Well, do you have any other advice out there for people who are just starting and the singer-songwriter world?
Well, I do have some advice, but it's not, you know, maybe not the, well, it's funny. I was just talking to a friend about this. When I meet like young musicians, like people starting out, I actually say to them, you know, I can kind of test their commitment. I'm like, if there's anything else you really want to do, you should do that, because it really is a hard road. And it's like, but if they come back and they're like, no, then it's like, okay, then, because you really have to be all into it and you have to be a little bit crazy.
Totally.
But also I think, I mean, I was very lucky because for me, when I started, I was so far away from the industry. I was singing in a place where people didn't understand me, you know, and it was like, and as a singer-songwriter, so I guess this is a little better piece of advice. I think the most important thing is to have your own sound, find your own thing. Like I will never call myself the best technical singer, you know, but I know that I sound like me, and I know that after all this time, like I'm a thing, you know, and I think it's important to become a thing. And even if you're not going to be, I mean, there are people that don't like the Beatles, right? So you can't try to be everybody's thing, but becoming a thing is I think that's the way to go. And to become a thing, go out and have unique experience and try to get off the path of what other people are telling you to do, and then find your own voice, you know.
Awesome. Well, listen, it was so wonderful to meet you, and I'm so excited to have you here on the Phoenix platform.
Yeah, thanks for having
me. For people to find you and have this one-stop shop of everything Craig Greenberg. And yeah, I can't wait to see what's next for you. Congrats on the EP. I can't wait to hear it.
Thank you very much. Yeah, I'll keep you posted on it.
Yes, please do. And we'll talk soon. Have a great day.
You too.